In a world where misunderstandings can lead to devastating consequences, the story of Captain Lisa Carter serves as a poignant reminder of the complexities of identity and perception. As a woman of color in law enforcement, Lisa had always navigated the challenges of her role with strength and grace. However, one fateful evening, her quest for a simple moment of normalcy spiraled into a heartbreaking incident that would forever alter her life. This narrative unfolds the tragic events of that night, revealing the systemic issues that persist within society and law enforcement. As dusk draped its gentle veil over the city, Lisa found solace in the mundane. After a routine grocery shopping trip, she felt a rare sense of peace. Dressed casually, she blended into the crowd, savoring the simple joys around her. Little did she know, the tranquility of that evening was about to shatter, and her life would never be the same. Just 2 blocks away, Officer Jake Thompson sat in his patrol car, restless and craving action. The day had dragged on, filled with trivial incidents that left him yearning for a real challenge. When dispatch announced a robbery suspect, a black woman in her mid-30s, his adrenaline surged, blinding him to the truth. He was determined to make a difference, unaware that his actions would lead to devastation. As Lisa walked home, her groceries in hand, Jake's eyes locked onto her, and the tragic misunderstanding began. He assumed she fit the suspect's description without a second thought. When he pulled over and commanded her to stop, confusion and fear washed over Lisa. She questioned the authority in his voice, but Jake's mind was already made up, sealing her fate. Despite Lisa's calm demeanor and desperate attempts to assert her identity as Captain Carter, Jake's preconceived notions clouded his judgment. He demanded to see her hands, prepared for what he misguidedly believed was a standard arrest. In an instant, her world spiraled into chaos as he forcefully grabbed her arm, cuffing her like a common criminal. As onlookers began to gather, pulling out their phones to capture the scene, Lisa felt the sting of humiliation wash over her. To them, she was just another black woman being arrested by a white officer, a narrative that had sparked outrage in recent years. In that moment, she understood the weight of her identity and how this incident represented something far greater than herself. Sitting in the back of the squad car, disbelief coursed through Lisa's veins. How could this happen to her? A captain who had devoted years to law enforcement now found herself stripped of her identity and authority. The system she had fought tirelessly to improve felt like a cruel joke, leaving her devastated and questioning her very purpose. In the holding cell, Lisa replayed the events relentlessly until Sergeant Maria Lopez entered, concern etched deeply on her face. Realizing the gravity of what had transpired, Maria unlocked the cell door, her eyes wide with disbelief. Lisa's frustration boiled over as she emphasized that this incident was not merely a mistake. It exposed the systemic failures within their department, failures that had long been ignored. As they walked toward Lisa's office, Maria reassured her that Jake would be held accountable and would apologize. However, Lisa's heart ached with the weight of her convictions. This incident transcended an apology. It shone a light on the deep-rooted biases that plagued their police force, biases that needed to be dismantled for genuine change to occur. That night had morphed from an ordinary evening into a profound moment of reckoning for Captain Lisa Carter. As she prepared to confront these systemic issues head-on, she recognized that change was not just necessary for her, it was essential for all those who had suffered similar injustices. This harrowing incident would not define her. It would ignite a fierce determination within her to foster understanding and reform within law enforcement, even as tears of sorrow and frustration threatened to spill. As the dust settles on that harrowing night, Captain Lisa Carter emerges not just as a victim of misunderstanding, but as a catalyst for change. Her story is a call to action, urging us to confront our biases and strive for a more just society. In the wake of her experience, two vital lessons resonate. 1. The importance of empathy. Understanding and acknowledging the experiences of others can bridge the gaps created by prejudice and assumptions. By fostering empathy, we can create a more inclusive environment where everyone feels seen and heard. 2. The need for accountability. It is crucial for individuals and institutions to take responsibility for their actions and biases. Addressing systemic issues within organizations, especially in law enforcement, is essential for building trust and ensuring justice for all.